Good morning and a very warm welcome. You are watching JanataTelevision and this is the English Bulletin with me, Sushant Dhakal. The top stories first. Festive season concludes with Chhath festival today. Devotees continue their tradition despite risk of infection. NCP General Secretary Vishnu Paudel criticizes party secretariat, demands resignation en masse if they are unable to sort out the differences. More than 2,000 new cases of coronavirus reported across the country. Active cases dropped to 28,000. Report finds Australian troops unlawfully killed 39 Afghans. Evidence suggests special forces were behind the illegal killings. And Rafael Nadal makes it into last four of ATP finals. Defending champion Tsitsipas defeated in 3 sets. And now the news in detail. The major festivals of Nepal have come to an end this year with the conclusion of Chhath festival today. There was enthusiastic participation of devotees in the festival despite the risk of the virus. The Chhath festival is celebrated mostly in the Tarai areas of the country by worshipping the sun god. On the occasion of Chhath, all major rivers and water bodies are flocked by the devotees to offer prayers. The sun is worshipped as the winter season approaches. It is believed that worshipping the sun will bring good health and prosperity. The first day of Chhath is the preparatory day, which is followed by the second day of fasting. The devotees observe fasting all day and break the fast in the evening by worshipping their clan god. All throughout the festival, the people enjoy a complete vegetarian diet. On the third day, the devotees make various delicacies to offer to the sun god. The male members of the family carry all the pious offerings with the women and travel to the nearest water body. They worship the setting sun by chanting mantras and singing festive songs all night. The Chhath festival concludes after offering prayers to the rising sun on the final day today. General Secretary of the ruling Nepal Communist Party Vishnu Paudel has alleged that the party secretariat has turned into a platform for creating trouble. Paudel maintained that the party secretariat, which is considered as the core of the leadership, has been creating problems instead of solving contentious issues. He was of the view that the party secretariat should take a leadership role in steering the national politics in the right direction, but the secretariat has failed to do so.
नेपाल कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी नेकपाभित्र केन्द्रीय सचिवालयलाई हामीले कोर अफ द लिडरशिप भन्ने गरेका छौँ। यो कोर अफ द लिडरशिपको भूमिकामा रहेको केन्द्रीय सचिवालयले पार्टीको आन्तरिक जीवनमा उत्पन्न भएका समस्याहरू र समग्र राष्ट्रिय राजनीतिलाई ठिक दिशामा दिशाबोध गर्नका निम्ति यसले नेतृत्वदायी भूमिका निर्वाह गर्नुपर्छ। तर पछिल्ला दिनहरूमा पार्टीको केन्द्रीय सचिवालय समस्या समाधानको थलो नभएर समस्या उत्पादन गर्ने, समस्या सृजना गर्ने भूमिकामा बदलिएको छ।
General Secretary Paudel also said that they need to hand over their responsibilities en masse if they are unable to fulfill their duties. He made such remarks after the party deferred Wednesday's secretariat meeting due to the conflict between the party's chairman duo.
हाम्रो अभिभावकहरू ठिक ढङ्गले पूरा गर्न नसक्ने भयौँ। त्यसकारण हामी अब तपाईहरु चाहिँ जिम्मेवारी सम्हाल्नका निम्ति तयार हुनुस्, हामी पदमुक्त हुन्छौँ अब भनेर भन्नुपर्ने परिस्थिति सृजना हुन्छ यदि हामी हाम्रो जिम्मेवारी ठिक ढङ्गले निर्वाह गर्न सक्दैनौँ भने।
Minister for Culture, Tourism and Civil Aviation, Yogesh Bhattrai, said he is ready to resign from his ministerial post if it helps in resolving the current dispute within the NCP. Meeting leaders and cadres at the NCP party office in Parsa, Minister Bhattrai said he is ready to quit the government if cabinet reshuffling is the ultimate solution to end the current crisis within the party. At such critical times, it is not important to choose sides but to work for party unity, Minister Bhattrai added. On a different context, Minister Bhattarai said that the Chhath festival celebrated in Nepal not only holds religious and cultural importance but also helps bind everyone in social unity. Minister Bhattarai also requested everyone to celebrate Chhath adopting safety protocols. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi is set to visit Nepal next week. A high-ranking official has informed that diplomats and officials from both the Nepali and Chinese camp are preparing for the visit of Wang to Nepal. Wang is expected to arrive in the final week of November, source close to the Foreign Ministry informed. The source also informed that the news about Wang's travel will be made public in a few days. After some high-profile visits from high-ranking Indian officials, the visit of Wang Yi, the Chinese foreign minister, is being carefully analyzed and is given additional importance and attention. The government has confirmed 2,103 new cases of coronavirus after the latest round of tests. According to the Ministry of Health and Population, the total caseload of coronavirus in the country has climbed to 215,020, while the number of active cases has dropped to 28,106 from the overnight tally of 28,878. Among the new cases, 1,229 were reported in the Kathmandu Valley alone. The ministry informed that 965 cases inside the valley were reported in Kathmandu, while Lalitpur and Bhaktapur reported 189 and 75 cases respectively. Meanwhile, the death toll from coronavirus has climbed to 1,276 across the country, with a confirmation of 17 more casualties yesterday. So far, 185,638 patients infected by coronavirus have recovered from the disease in Nepal. Nepal is currently among the top 36 countries that have been most affected by the pandemic. The Ministry of Health and Population has said it will be taking action against hospitals refusing to treat coronavirus-infected patients free of cost. Deputy spokesperson of the ministry, Dr. Samir Kumar Adhikari, informed that action will be taken against all hospitals that have rejected government's order to treat patients free of cost. Necessary papers and written orders have already been sent to all hospitals for free treatment of COVID-19 patients, Dr. Adhikari further informed. According to Dr. Adhikari, the ministry has received complaints from the public that some hospitals still have been charging patients for treatment. Such hospitals will be provided with deposit money as per the rules, Dr. Adhikari added, revising its previous order to provide aid to hospitals that provide treatment to COVID-19 patients. The government decided for free testing and treatment of COVID-19 patients. The hospitals will be provided with deposit money for the free treatment now. Patients with coronavirus insurance, however, need to pay from their own expenses. And now the news from the economic front. The Finance Ministry has expressed commitment to work with private sector in a bid to accelerate economic activities in the country. The Ministry of Finance has stated that it has taken necessary steps to move forward the economy that has been crippled by the coronavirus pandemic. Finance Minister Vishnu Paudel has said that increasing production, job creation and building a strong and powerful economy on the basis of the foundation already set earlier is a matter of common national concern now.
आर्थिक क्षेत्रमा हामीले गर्ने उपलब्धिको जगमा विगतमा प्राप्त गरेका राजनीतिक उपलब्धिहरूको भविष्य निर्भर छ। त्यो चीज मैले राम्रोसँग महसुस गरेको छु। त्यसकारणले यो उत्पादन वृद्धि, रोजगारी सृजना यो र सबल र शक्तिशाली अर्थतन्त्रको निर्माण यो अहिलेको चाहिँ साझा राष्ट्रिय सरकारको विषय हो।
As per the proposal of the ministry, the cabinet has already started the work of revising the tax rate and is also studying the remaining issues that have been recognized as top priority.
अर्थ मन्त्रालयको प्रस्तावमा आर्थिक ऐन 2077 को दफा 18 को उपदफा 1 बमोजिमको करको दर घटाउने र हटाउने निर्णयहरू पनि गरेको छ। ती हामीले दफा 18 को उपदफामा पनि उल्लेख भएका छन्। त्यसको एउटा उदाहरणको रूपमा हामीले पुस्तक आयात करमा लागेको कर खारेज पनि भएको छ।
The government is also committed to advancing economic activities in collaboration between the government and the private sector.
सरकारले गर्नुपर्ने नीतिगत प्रश्नमा वा व्यवहारिक प्रश्नमा के गर्न पर्छ, के गर्न सक्छ, गर्न पर्ने गर्न नसक्ने पनि हुन्छ, गर्न सक्ने गर्न नपर्ने पनि हुन्छ। फेरि त्यसकारणले गर्न पर्ने र गर्न सक्ने दुईटा यो एउटा यसका बीचमा संयोजनको आवश्यकता पर्दछ। सरकार र चाहिँ निजी क्षेत्र नदीको दुई किनारा होइन, एउटै डुङ्गाका यात्रीहरू हुन् भन्ने मान्यताका साथ हामीहरू चाहिँ अगाडि जान्छौँ। यो यहाँहरुसँग मेरो प्रतिबद्धता छ।
The coronavirus-induced lockdown and the prohibitory order left a gaping hole in production, import and on the supply chain. With the current 5-year plan being pushed by the pandemic, development cannot pick up pace unless capital expenditure is made quickly. It is equally challenging to bring back the lost employment and development activities. At a time when the industrialists and businessmen are saying that there is no investment environment in the country, the finance minister is saying that the government will cooperate with the private sector. It seems that the finance minister should be able to work by taking the private sector in confidence for his success and the success of the country as a whole. Welcome back, and now the international news. A shocking Australian military report into war crimes has found evidence that elite Australian troops unlawfully killed 39 Afghan prisoners, farmers and civilians. According to the Associated Press, Australian Defence Force Chief General Angus Campbell said Thursday the shameful record included alleged instances in which new patrol members would shoot a prisoner in order to achieve their first kill in a practice known as blooding. He said the soldiers would then plant weapons and radios to support false claims the prisoners were enemies killed in action, AP reported. Campbell told reporters in Canberra the illegal killings began in 2009, with the majority occurring in 2012 and 2013. He said some members of the elite Special Air Service encouraged a self-centered warrior culture. The chief was announcing the findings of a 4-year investigation by Major General Paul Brereton, a judge and army reservist who was asked to look into the allegations. The judge had reviewed more than 400 witnesses and reviewed thousands of pages of documents. Brereton recommended 19 soldiers be investigated by the police for possible charges, including murder. Asia-Pacific leaders yesterday called for open and multilateral trade to support a global economy battered by the novel coronavirus. According to Reuters, some leaders hoped for more engagement with the United States under a Joe Biden administration. Chinese President Xi Jinping, among the leaders at a virtual meeting of the 21-member Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Forum, rejected the protectionism and said globalization was irreversible. We will not reverse course or run against historical trend by decoupling or forming a small circle to keep others out, Xi said at a forum ahead of the APEC leaders meeting to be held virtually in Kuala Lumpur today. China will remain committed to openness and cooperation and adhere to multilateralism and the principle of extensive consultation, joint contribution and shared benefits, he said. US President Donald Trump has introduced protectionist trade policies since coming to power in 2016, including tariffs on billions of dollars worth of Chinese products that launched a trade war between the world's two largest economies. The APEC leaders meeting comes as economies are trying to recover from the impact of coronavirus pandemic and days after Trump lost his bid for a second term. You're watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. World number 2 Rafael Nadal defeated 2019 champion Stefanos Tsitsipas to reach the last four of ATP finals this season. Nadal overcame Greek Tsitsipas 6-4, 4-6, 6-2 in London yesterday. According to BBC, Nadal 34 had been the more consistent player until losing serve to drop the second set, but fought back to dominate the decider. Spanish world number 2 Nadal has won 20 Grand Slams. He is set to meet Russian Daniil Medvedev in the semi-finals at the O2 Arena on Saturday. Medvedev is already predicted to win Group Tokyo 1970, with Novak Djokovic and Alexander Zverev contesting the remaining last 4 places on Friday. Earlier on Thursday, the already qualified Dominic Thiem lost 6-2, 7-5 to Russian Andrei Rublev in a dead rubber. US Open champion Thiem has reached the last 4 by beating Nadal and Tsitsipas to win Group London 2020. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin, and the headlines once again. Festive season concludes with Chhath festival today. Devotees continue their tradition despite risk of infection. NCP General Secretary Vishnu Paudel criticizes party secretariat, demands resignation en masse if they are unable to sort out the differences. More than 2,000 new cases of coronavirus reported across the country. Active cases dropped to 28,000. Report finds Australian troops unlawfully killed 39 Afghans. Evidence suggests special forces were behind the illegal killings. And Rafael Nadal makes it into last 4 of ATP finals. Defending champion Tsitsipas defeated in 3 sets. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.